my name is Alicia Haskett, and I am the creator of Boudoir for Black Women, as well as the owner of O Experience Boudoir Photography. And I am going to be sharing with you the 5 things that I wish I would have known about healing. Number 1, have a supportive team. Now that could be people who are your family, that could be people who are your friends, that could be your romantic partner. It just depends on who you feel gives you the most support in your time of need. And I find that this was so critical for me because there were moments when, I just didn't know what to do, but just having that person that I could reach out to and just say, this is what I'm feeling at this moment. And I didn't want anything from them. I just needed to be in their presence. That was so important to me and my journey. So having a supportive team allows you sometimes to not always have to carry that heavy burden. Going through trauma, going through grief, that is a burden that sometimes we bear, and some people do it by themselves. So having a team allows you to really share some of that load, or not even just put it down, and that person will say, what am I doing for you? How can I be of service to you? So having a team is definitely, I would say, one of the most important things when you are going through your healing journey. Remember that there are people who do not want you to do it alone. Number 2, release those pent-up emotions. Pent-up emotions literally will lead you to sickness. That stress on top of whatever else you're dealing with at that time, and then trying to hold all of those things in, release them. Release them. That could be through exercise, that could be through walking, that could be through crying. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to songs or I've been somewhere driving and I've had to pull over because the emotions were so overwhelming that I just had to release it by crying. Do not hold back when it comes to your emotions. You do want to do it in a healthy way. You want to do something that allows you to express yourself and not harm yourself or harm others, but you need to release those emotions. You should not have those pent up emotions and then you're trying to figure out why you're starting to feel bad physically. It's because you're holding in all of those emotions. So release those emotions. Have a good, ugly cry, like a really good, ugly cry. Number 3, give yourself grace. Healing is a journey. It is a journey that may take 6 months, may take 6 years, may take 60 years. So you have to give yourself the grace to know that there will be good days and there will be bad days. The biggest thing that you need to be aware of is that you don't get stuck in that moment. Remember, whatever happened to you was a part of your journey. It wasn't your actual journey. It was a day, it was a moment. It is not your life. So I always say, especially to myself when I'm feeling down, that this is just a moment. This is just a moment. This is just 60 seconds. This is just 60 minutes. It is not the lifetime where you are learning and loving and growing. This is just a moment. So give yourself grace to understand that healing is cyclical. Sometimes, as I said, there will be good days. There will be bad days. Just do not get stuck. Number 4, get a therapist or a counselor. I cannot express how important this is to healing. You should not be venting to your friends. You should not be putting that entire burden of what has happened to you on your family members. There are times where you need to invest in a professional. And when you do that, they're able to guide you. They're able to ask you questions that allow you to look at your situation differently. I know for me, one of the biggest things was actually finding a therapist, and finding a therapist that, one, I could relate to. So I wanted to find someone who was a Black woman. I wanted to find someone in my area. I wanted to find someone who has dealt with trauma, and it was very important to me to find this person, exactly as I said, because I needed to be comfortable. I needed to feel like she could figure out exactly what I was dealing with and would have empathy, but also give it to me straight. So I know that when I was messing up or when I was doing things that were not aligned with what I wanted for myself, she would give it to me and say, you know what, you're messing up. Like, this is not what we've discussed. So it's so important to find someone like that. And what I'll say to myself is I am my longest and most expensive relationship. So I felt like this was an investment, not only in the moment, but also in my future. Because I know there are certain things that, yes, we can go through them and, a year later we feel like we've healed from them. But trauma does reside within our bodies in spaces that we don't even think about until something happens. And then we realize, why am I feeling this way? Why am I reacting to the situation? And it's because you haven't dealt with the things that happened in the past. So getting a therapist, getting a counselor is a critical component of your healing journey. Number 5 is my favorite. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself is a gift. It is a gift that you give to you. And it is hard. It is hard. It is a very hard thing to do when you know that you deserve better. You know that you are aligned with better. So when you forgive yourself, it allows you to set yourself free. It allows you to really start your journey. I don't know why I'm tearing up right now, but it does. It allows you to know that, as I said before, what happened to you is not who you are. It is a part of your journey. So when you forgive yourself, you're giving yourself permission to live. You're giving yourself permission to not be in survival mode, but be in thrive mode. You're giving yourself permission to choose yourself. So there you have it. Again, my name is Alicia Haskett, and these were the 5 things that you needed to know about healing.